And there. Okay. Yeah, there's my water.
Reclaimed.
Yes. Need the Grecian hued stuff. And we need bowl and beaker.
Alison Flynn joined.
Yeah, no.
Oh. Let us know if the video is
Whether it's clear and actually sounding okay today. That would either be bowl or...
Whoops.
Don't forget to put the pad on.
I was cleaning the yellowhead.
Oh, do you need an overshirt since that's not since that's one of your nicer shirts?
No, it's not nice for sure.
Oh, okay. And Aaron,
It's just
Arian water. Do I need it? No.
Sleeves up.
Please go. No. How has everybody been doing this morning? Can hear just fine. The video's a little blurry yet. We've been having some issues with specifically the Facebook broadcast of it. That it's been blurry. We're not entirely sure why. We've double checked because when we stream, we send to Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch all at the same time. The YouTube and Twitch streams seem to have been just fine. They don't have this blurry quality to them, which seems to be getting progressively worse during it. Looks more like network than camera, yeah. So if you want to see a clearer image, you can go over to the YouTube version of it. Yeah, just gonna join. Hello. So we also I've got chat windows up so I can see people commenting over YouTube and Twitch as well as the commentary here via Facebook. 26 ounces. That's more of a mug-sized piece. So that's the bowl. We're going to need a beaker because they're both going to have octopus on them. Octopus. Thank you on the feedback on the video quality. I tried to fish around on Facebook for technical support. Yeah, it didn't really work. Jim Digger Jenkins joined and Cheryl Hall. No.
Good morning.
Yep.
Oh, from with the Grecian red clay this morning.
Yep. Piece one of them. Sure.
Doing something a little different.
Yes. So we'll have the bowl, we'll have that. We'll need to bring up the image for those animal mask mugs. I don't know how else to refer to them. They'll be kind of a hybrid between a Rhyton, which is an animal head drinking horn, and a standard mug. So they'll have the animal head on the side of the cup rather than forming the base of the cup. Dude, it is.
And this is Sarah.
What? That is a beaker.
Beaker. There you go.
I'm bringing up the image for the thing, the mugs.
Or the thing.
The thing, yeah, I know, technical term. There we go. I have this window so it's not covering up anything else I need to see. Oh, yes, looks like she's over on YouTube now. Yeah. Oh, yes, that's much better over here. Yeah, I have no idea why Facebook's feed is quite so blurry. I mean, some of the recent streams, about 10 minutes in, they've gotten really, really choppy, where they go down to really low resolution. You can actually see the refresh line going up and down the screen. Mug. There it is. Mug. Open with. Here we go. There. That'll be the mug we'll be throwing next. There we go. probably a mug that's a bit more than. I would say that's a 30-ounce mug. 30 ounces referring to the weight of the clay
That's why
used to
we're
throw it.
measuring them. That way it makes them more repeatable.
Especially considering this order will be a pair of them.
Go.
Now that's 30 ounces.
Ah, yeah, that's good. Hit it with my finger. Just when I'm done. That's great.
Okay, there's the
Wow.
go. And since these two items will not
Jeffrey
have
Bales joined. Good morning.
here.
Sure. Oh.
Go.
And if it's too blurry, guys, you can go over to over to YouTube.
Yep.
And doesn't seem to be any video quality problems.
Ooh, pretty kitty. Yes. It's the cat on that mug.
Yeah.
We recently did that on a piece.
Yes, we did.
Trying to remember the shape of the piece.
Twinging this muscle this morning.
Which muscle?
Right there.
And that's a well-developed muscle for you.
Yes.
Let go. Loud noise.
That one really slapped.
Yes.
Damn piece of clay.
Let go again?
Yeah.
And there's always the honoring piece.
I'm more honoring. It's going to work. Ooh, there were Caltrans with all their signs and stuff.
Yeah. Yes. As I said, we recently did aim it at the camera. That pattern again. I also came up with a higher resolution version of that source material since the time we did that one.
Everything starts off as a cylinder, so that way make sure it's all centered. You get the walls all even before you start developing the shape. Such pretty clouds. Very dramatic this morning.
I know it keeps going from being overly bright to really dark.
I'm looking at the picture while I'm throwing. Because I don't really have to see what my hands are doing because I can feel it.
Chica Rose and Kirsty Clark join. Hello. And if the feed is blurry here on Facebook, you guys can check it out over on YouTube.
We've been trying to fix it.
We've been trying to fix it on Facebook, but cannot narrow down why it's so blurry, and specifically on that one feed.
And as it comes up on our screen,
it's fine up on ours, but we've been noticing as we've been watching the replays of it that it gets really, really low resolution, and cannot find any support as to why it's specific to that. Narrowed it down. It's not the machine. It's not the signal going out from us. It seems to be Facebook's network.
Itchy eye.
Oh, yeah, you can't rub your eye covered in clay. Because you don't want your eye covered in clay.
That's really annoying.
Is there anything I can do to help?
No, really.
Okay.
I can just sit here and keep winking. See.
Itchy, itchy.
There we go.
Thank you. Allison Flynn posted the link to the current feed of the channel. And I played around with the settings enough. You're getting the chunks off.
Yeah, sorry guys. There we go.
Ow.
Friendly persuasion.
I hate to see the unfriendly persuasion.
Yeah, that wouldn't be very nice, would it? I wouldn't do things that aren't nice.
More than reason.
Yes. Listen.
Sally dogs. Hello.
No.
You want? Oh yes, I was leaving that one there.
There. So
And
match.
after getting that one, the next project I didn't put those files in this folder. Humbug. Okay, minimizing the screen briefly. Move there. There we go. And find that icon back. There we go.
Chris will join. Good morning.
No. Since the next one has been requested to be a bit of a secret project, I can't open it up so that the source material for that one is visible. But after she finishes throwing the second mug, we'll be doing the throne piece that'll be the basis for a sculptural piece. Hot tea, good tea. This is the intent that she's staring at the picture, in which case she's looking at her hands at a distance while she's throwing. At least I managed to cut down the lag.
Way lag, we can at least see it.
Yeah, the other thing is by changing the resolution that was going out from this machine, I was able to reduce it so that we were no longer experiencing seconds per frame lag on Facebook. And we're still getting clear images over on other things yet again. But also when I brought up anything else that used the network, it was enough to drop the frame rate through the floor.
Yeah. But you also got more memory on your machine.
Yes, increased the memory. We fine-tuned how we did things. And yeah, the more memory was a big help. Poor little box. Little. The thing's not that small. It's a full-size tower.
Sarah, really?
Well, he's not new anymore. Think about the age of it. Those things are, what is it, 4 years old now?
Yeah. Not that, if you get a good machine to last.
That they will.
Theodore Scotchon, good morning. Working on these. Doing drawing with the Grecian red clay this morning.
Yeah. Goopy. And for people who've joined, Allison Flynn there posted a link to the same feed but it's up on the YouTube channel, in which case it has a higher resolution. So if you're experiencing a blurry image, you can head over there. Because we also have have a comment over there. I actually opened both of them just now. But the Facebook feed is a second or so faster, but way more blurry. So they're optimizing speed over quality. That's a thing.
Yeah. Not necessarily a good thing.
No, I would personally, I'd go with the when I'm watching things, I'd go with the slightly slower feed. But that is
yeah.
Don't do that.
Okay.
So the next project is about 10 inches tall.
So about 30-ish ounces.
Oh, I think it'd be
Maybe
more clay.
40.
I was actually thinking about cutting you off more like 50 ounces clay.
Well, we could try it.
Because we also wanted to have thicker walls for...
Yeah. Okay. It's too big, you can just trim it down.
True.
Which is likely the case with that much, but
That's too much clay. Yeah, it's 49 ounces.
round off the corners here.
And that
This
clay
makes
has...
it quicker to center them.
That clay has more the 12-ish shrinkage, or no, this one's highly variable.
Anywhere from 12 to 14% shrinkage.
Yeah.
No big deal if you're trying to get a certain size.
So we're looking for something about that tall.
Yeah.
It's what I'm holding is actually, it's a shrink rule. So it's got the, yes, and it is mirrored. It's got the measurements all calculated out to allow for shrinkage. So if you're trying to make, say, a 10-inch plate, or in this case...
There's four different
different measurements.
There's the 6, the 8, 6, the 10, 12, and the 14. Most of the ones I use are the 12 and the 14.
Because most of the clays we use have a higher shrinkage rate.
Just don't use Woodburn clay.
No. We had anti-removing joint. No.
The most common is the 10 to 12. But a lot of times they'll just err on the side of the higher shrinkage rate. That way, if
it shrinks
a little
less,
bit less, it's just a little bit bigger.
The only clay that we've ever had that we've used that had a single-digit shrinkage rate had to have been the Solid 30.
But that one was special.
That is actually...
I only used that one once, too.
Oh, it made your muscles so sore. Solid 30 is sold as a sculpture clay. 30 refers to the grit of sand in it.
So it was like
it's
thrown with
30
very grit sandpaper. That wasn't the problem. It was very stiff. And I was making a large bowl.
The final size of that bowl was
20-something inches.
20-something inches across. It's huge.
All I really need to do is make some tall cylinders.
Yeah, because
There's going to be nothing spectacular looking about it right now because it's just the base.
Yeah.
And it'll be like with this skulls or the writings, it's a throne altered shape.
Yeah.
And also, it'll have additive parts on it too.
Yeah. They'll be impressing from the outside, they'll be adding on. Probably the topmost portion of this sculpture will be additive as a separate piece.
Yes.
And I was like trying to not actually describe what we're supposed to be making because it's supposed to be a secret project.
Because that would be fine.
Yeah.
This would be the body and the additive would be the last couple inches.
Yeah.
Yes, that would be fine.
So how much height have we got there? Just out of curiosity.
It's about 8 inches.
Okay. You go on the lower shelf because I do not want to
Use my hands as measurement. There's a little more than a hand span, which is 8 inches. My hands don't stretch out as far as they used to. Muscle development.
It looks more like 7 to me.
But it'll be fine. Because one will leave the weight, and the other part will...
Yeah, we just build it up.
Yes.
Because one of the benefits of this clay is that it takes to additive sculpture.
Yes.
Unlike, say, the black clay.
Which you can do subtractive.
Yeah, that one is far more subtractive body. There.
And so there's no air bubbles.
That time it wasn't loud.
No, it wasn't, was it?
But as I always brace myself to flinch away. And not roll off the
And
chair.
tumor Mitchell.
Yeah,
Good
I
morning.
read that one off. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. So this will finish off the list of needs. What do you want to throw after this?
Could always put it as a question. What would people
What
like
would
to see
people
me
like
throw?
to see us throw? Now, there's definitely not enough clay here for, say, an amphora, but those things short of that, there's actually clay enough for. It's approximately.
Other than that, I can do some mugs. Or we're waiting for a response.
We could always use mugs.
Doesn't need more mugs to send
Yes.
to House at Babylon for Gulf Wars. Our stuff gets to go to Gulf Wars.
We do not. Gulf Wars is in March?
It's in March. It's like 3 weeks after Estrella.
Ah, yes.
And Estrella's coming up real soon, so we have to get our butts in gear and get the rest of the stuff made for that, too.
Yeah. Brush the little chunks of clay away so we don't have chunk errors again.
Yes.
Yep. Oh, that's a little too much clay. It's 28, 26, 25, that works. Sometimes the clay just does not want to be the size that I want it to be. The consistency of this bag feels like it's pretty good.
Yeah, it is.
And even.
Yeah.
Pulling up.
Yep. Those clouds are moving fast.
Yeah. Was the storm supposed to drop snow in the mountains again?
No, it's not supposed to be as cold.
Ah, so it's going to melt the snow in the mountains.
I don't know. With the way it's going, it might be a little colder than I first thought.
Yeah, because I mean, I know that you can get hail in the summertime, but it's dropped hail several times today. And since 8 a.m. this morning, the temperature has actually dropped, which is fascinating.
Yes, because most of what I can see out the window are clouds.
These are the clouds and the tree-covered
range
log.
in the background, in the distance.
You can see alpaca in the foreground.
Across the street.
Yeah. That's not what you enjoy. Hello.
Oh, that.
And if the stream here is blurry, Allison there posted a link to the YouTube version, and the feed is a little clearer over there. And if you subscribe to the YouTube channel, you actually get notifications when we go live. And we get that one step closer to having the customized URL versus being the channel of YouTube/gobbledygook alphanumeric code. We have to get up to, was it 100 subscribers?
100 subscribers. We have 40.
Ooh, we're at
We're
40 now?
almost half. We're almost halfway.
We're at 40% of the way towards the customized URL. Modest goals.
Smooth it off. See? No, that's a blank slate.
Yes.
Not even texture.
Nope. Future secret project. It'll look
Baseball.
nothing like a cylinder when we are done.
No, it won't.
No one gets to see what it is until July?
July.
Yes, July.
It goes from us to another artisan You're just going to be adding something to it. And
Yep.
then until it's presented.
It's going to be a fun project.
Yes.
I have 3 mug pieces there, and if there's anyone who wants to see us throw another sort of shape, just let us know.
Save me from repetitive mugness.
Repetitive mugs.
Please come up with something else.
And I do have the windows, so as I can see chat that comes in via YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch. You have your platform of choice. When it comes to doing mugs, it's a case of watching her do mugs in very short order. It's also the shape that comes out when she's not paying attention to what she's doing. Which means if she's throwing a large piece of clay at the time, it's a picture when she's done. It's
Well,
not...
you shouldn't distract me.
At the times, sometimes the distractions are what's going on outside the window. Like the one time that we had the high-speed chase go by.
Yeah, that was interesting. Somebody thought, oh, this back road, the police wouldn't know it. Yeah, right.
No. I saw in the news article later that they got stopped at the other end of the street.
Which is, yeah, the other side of town.
Yeah. Which is a whole, mile away in that direction?
Mile and a half.
I'm still impressed that they made it through the 5-mile-an-hour switchback. Without ending up in someone's yard. Close this back here now. You don't need that one. And as a matter of fact, let's see if I can
There we
actually
go.
find that window.
Mug.
Since we're done with that one.
There we go. Which means more handles to do.
I know, which means I need to pull more handles.
Yes.
Wait, no, I have a bag of those. I'll need to count how many handles we have. And whether or not we have the ring style, like on that mug I just closed the picture of.
Put one on there.
Yeah, you don't need to do that.
See? You distracted me.
You distract yourself.
Because after all, you never talk to me.
I don't know. There's times where you're like, I'm bored. Talk to me as well.
Well, we're driving long distances. Driving down I-5 to get to
anyway.
Taft.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, that's a weird handle. Oh, there's lots of weird handles in this bag.
Oh, that's big for you.
There's at least 6 handles in here. There's actually probably more like 10. I'm gonna go put this in the handling area. The handles in there appear to also still be of a good consistency. Because, yeah, we'll make extra handles. Oh, man, Lynn will let me enjoy. Hello.
Good morning.
As we'll make excess handles and then store them in Ziploc bags because it will retain enough moisture. We can, yeah.
They stay workable for a couple of months.
Yeah. Which is a wonderful thing. First started doing that probably like a decade ago. Throwing the spare handle into a Ziploc bag.
Oh, did one too many.
We'll just put it in there. See if it stays that way, because before that we just wrapped them in plastic like old grocery bags and things of that nature. And they'd stay usable for like a day or two. When we threw it in there, we forgot about that one handle in the Ziploc bag.
pour the extra water out.
For a couple of weeks, we came back to it. It's like, it's still usable. Easily amused. It's like, yay.
Yeah.
Yep. And, okay, you still have another piece.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, how big is this one? Yeah. Another mug-sized piece. Thud.
Damn stupid play.
Loud noise
Sit.
incoming.
Stick to the bed.
And the sun has come back out.
It's okay. Won't last.
No. And since it's still morning, the light is reflecting off the desk and into my face. You're safe over there.
In the afternoon, it's reflecting.
It's in her face, not mine. It's one of the reasons why we tend to do the throwing in the morning. You're less
It's
like,
only really shining in the face, I think, during a few months in the winter.
yeah. Window faces south. I think the loud noises are far less disturbing over the microphone than in the studio, Ella. Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
because the microphone.
The microphone has a peak number of decibels that it will transmit.
Which is probably a good thing.
Yeah. Yep. Okay, this last piece is 33 ounces versus 26. I can either have there be a mini and one more mug, or just have it be a large mug.
We have to be a large.
Okay. So with that, you have 2, 4, 5 more pieces after the one you're working on. Microphone cut off or something. Yeah. It's what I've heard referred to as blowing out the mic.
Yeah.
Especially considering with our setup here, it's not a fancy mic. It's just what's going through the second of 2 webcams. Because it's not a fancy setup.
Christopher, he has a nice mic.
Yeah. My brother has the nice mic on the swing arm.
See, otherwise the other mics weren't picking up
Yeah,
his voice at all.
he has a soft voice. It didn't
A
carry.
low voice.
Yeah.
It wasn't carrying. So.
The low-end mics were cutting his voice out as part of the background sound, which is not very effective when you're trying to communicate.
A few years ago. Oh, jeez.
He
made a booby trap.
Sorry.
2 years back, got him a nicer mic. Not that expensive.
No. Actually, one of his jobs today will be, after the stream, to take my keyboard apart and clean it. It's not so much the clay in the keyboard that's been causing the issues.
It's cat fur.
It's cat fur. Because I was using the compressed air this morning, and there were tufts of cat hair coming up from between my keys. And I'm like, oh dear. And then I pick up the keyboard and shake it, and it goes rattle, rattle. And it's like, turn the keyboard over, shake, shake.
And you've got the hairy eyeball.
Oh, I know.
You're abusing your keyboard, and he's not amused.
No.
He's our IT person.
My brother is IT. When machine breaks down or develops a very strange bug, it's his job to fix it.
Figure out what's causing the
What
problem.
caused the problem this time? Last time I had a major driver issue on my machine, it took him, what was it, 14 hours?
Oh, yeah.
He actually stayed up overnight, and by the time I got up in the morning, the machine was working well again. He's good at fixing computers. Yeah, Barbara Surgeon and Debbie Salyer. No.
He's got the machine affinity.
Yes, he is good with tech. And anyone who is just joining, if the feed via Facebook is getting horrendously blurry again, can go over to the YouTube version of the stream. There's a link just up on the comments there.
We've been trying to fix the problem with
I have no idea why it's Facebook's version of the stream specifically that's having horrendous resolution issues. It seems to be specific to that one's feed. I have Victoria Locke there joining. No. So in terms of resolution, if you want the higher res version, all I can suggest at the moment is check out either the Twitch version of the stream or the YouTube version.
And if you subscribe or like, you'll get notifications of future streams.
Yep. And bring us that little bit closer to having a customized YouTube URL. That's the, at least last time I looked, we had to have 100 subscribers to get the customized URL.
We have 40.
We have 40. We're working on it. We're 40% of the way. Small goals. Small, achievable goals. We had, Stephen doing no. My tea is almost gone.
I'll try to find one here.
Oddly enough, it'd be a little hard for her to do throwing and drink her tea at the same time. Get gook all over the cup. It'd just be slippery and gooey and with good chance of eating clay. Yeah. Watching the cup take shape there.
Watch the cup take shape? You mean the cup take shape?
Yes. Watch the cup take shape.
There we go.
Yep. Next piece.
Ta-da.
3 more to go. Which I should be able to fit on this shelf. Might not. Well, I can move the 2.
And we're always running out of space.
Yeah. Well, if I move the 2 cylinder shapes to a separate shelf because they're kind of different than everything else. Because they can get covered separately.
I'm the clay to get it a little more round.
There we go.
And here we go.
But
Since it's being honored today,
now
we're
George
going to give it a little bit of persuasion.
Persuade the clay.
And squeeze.
Squeeze the life out of it. Well, life's into it because you're giving it form. I know my cup is empty.
I have one hand up here is to keep it from getting too tall. And then I'm
Pressing with the other hand.
holding this one still, pressing that one in, and working my way up the side. Because if I didn't, all I would do would be
pull it up.
I don't want it to be up like that. I want it to.
There are some instructors that always say to pull it up and then back down
That's
repeatedly.
called wedging it on the wheel.
Yeah.
As you do this, you bring it up, then you push it down, then you bring it up.
Now, if you have inconsistent clay, I could see the reason behind doing that. But what is...
Everybody has their own way of doing things.
No, I was just wondering, what's your personal opinion of meal wedging like that?
It's not necessary more times than not, but there are times where, okay, here we go, we'll do this. What if it's not very consistent?
So it might.
Or a smoother plate's okay, but it's not as useful for the more gritty clays, which have more structure to begin with.
Okay. So it might be a thing that's more
Or if you're using a
recycled clay, which has greater inconsistency to it.
Yeah, which is more often the case
in a student setting, because you do the recycled clay to save on materials.
And chances are it's not very consistent. Because it could be different kinds of clay that are mixed together. It could be a lot of things.
Arthur, hello. Just checking in. Busy bees. No. And if the feed over here on Facebook is blurry, you can go over and check out the YouTube version of the feed, which Allison posted a link to over on in the comments there. Because for whatever reason, the Facebook version of the feed has been exceptionally blurry. I have not been able to narrow down why, because we cast to Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch all at the same time. And the only one that's having the blur issue is Facebook. Oh, that one's going cylinder shaped.
Yeah.
I know, they start off that way. I always like watching this stage. Goes from boring cylinder to nicely shaped vessel. Oh, it's a taller shape. That's cool. And refining the edge. Because when you think about it, right there is where you come into contact with cups a lot. It's the lip. You don't want something with a sharp or a rough edge. That's what's going to be up against your mouth when you're drinking out of it. Do you want me to, do we want to put a handle on that one, or that one could actually be without?
Either. We'll have time to decide.
That shelf. 2 more pieces left to go. Is I can pin the comment that Allison did with the
Yeah.
There we go. There, I've now pinned the link for the YouTube version of the feed for those who want to find the higher resolution version. Because, of course, the version that we get in preview for Facebook is a nicer version of what everybody else is getting to see.
Apparently.
Because we were rather shocked when we first went through the preview. It was a couple of weeks ago when they started doing that.
Yeah.
And it's like, ooh, wow, you couldn't even make out faces. Yeah, it's from the COVID one. Hello. Yes, if the feed is particularly blurry, Allison there posted a link to the YouTube version of the feed. So, which has consistently higher resolution than the Facebook version, despite it receiving the same data.
And it goes up onto the YouTube channel once we're done too.
Yeah.
It takes it a couple hours to render.
Yeah, it takes it a few hours to render and do all its background processing, but then it'll be the full resolution version that YouTube receives.
Pretty. Look at the rain.
It's the dense rain versus the soaking
the dense,
pour.
slow falling rain.
Yeah.
Which is interesting.
With some sunshine through it, so it's very,
very decorative.
Very decorative. Very low visibility.
Yeah. We're not going out.
Nope. No reason for us to go out today.
shopping on a Saturday.
Oh, heck no.
Oh, the crazies out.
Yeah. Wait until most people are at day jobs before we go and do their shopping. That's a neat little shape.
I do a bet.
It also makes it release better from the bat when it's dry enough as well. Pops off the bat cleaner.
Ooh.
Ew. Yeah, it did. There we go. Better. Oh yeah, now it's got a prettier foot. We have Daniel Nordstrom. Hello. We're just one piece from the end after this.
Go.
And on to the last piece of the day. 2, 4, 6, 8,
Why are they all so chunky today?
Yeah, they're just particularly chunky.
Sometimes the clay sticks to the bats.
So we will have thrown 14 pieces today. Inclusive of the starts for the secret project.
This one didn't let go.
And she's got to run, but this has been super fascinating to watch. Thank you guys. And thank you for watching. Yeah. Because yes, I have the all the various chat windows open, so you can see if you comment on Facebook Live or over on Twitch or on YouTube. I can see all the different chats.
But after having a couple of trolls on Twitch, we stopped having it come up.
Yeah, we used to have comments from YouTube and Twitch come up on the screen there, so it could be seen. But we had some trolls making dirty comments, which
is
it's
probably
common.
just as well that it was already blurry at that point.
Yeah.
So it wasn't that I checked.
Yeah, it was visible on the YouTube and Twitch streams. Because, well, the content was only blurry on Facebook. But at least the people who were watching on Facebook didn't have to be subjected to it.
Yeah.
But now, since it's off screen, and well, I have the courtesy of Addison there, have the one so that I can instantly block people on Twitch now if they make such comments.
Thanks to Addison.
Yep. Addison and Kelly there. Yes.
They were able to help us with getting some better
chat interface applications.
Yes.
So that's yes. Now I can block them. It's also turned so that they have to follow the Reannag Teine Twitch for at least half an hour now before they can comment. So people who are just looking for channels to drop in on and troll, I'd have to devote a bit of time before they could actually do so.
Yeah.
Not saying that there are those who won't.
I'm sure there will be.
Oh, yeah. Oh, message sound from the other room. And there we go.
For today.
Thank you, everybody, for watching and joining. And, yep, you'll be able to watch this stream in higher resolution if you go over to watch the YouTube version after the fact. It should be up in a couple hours.
Yeah.
So, thank you, everybody. Bye.
Bye-bye.